Hello boys and girls, welcome to my channel. This is Shadwen. As you can see, this is the options menu that we have before enter the game, because in game we don't have too much of the options. We are going to run at 1080p. Anti-aliasing I will set to median, because the high, very high and the extreme, it uses super sampling anti-aliasing, and super sampling anti-aliasing multiplies your resolution for the number that you set, that is there in the description. So the graphics settings, we just have this to choose. You can't custom presets anything. You can say that you want the shadows on high and have everything on the very high. You can do that in that game, but you have these presets to choose from. And let me just inform you right away that I can't find any single difference between the very high and the high settings, but within the high and the median settings there is a quite difference in graphics. Alright, so we have these the bits of the client that we are going to run, 32 or 64, and let's start the game, shall we? So we are now in game. I'm using MS Afterburner to display all the stats. As you can see, this is already in game graphics, the menu. So let me just show you the settings very quickly in game. And we have this curious option, which is the frame rate crap, and you can activate it and set any number that you want. It's actually funny that I can tell that my frame cap is thousands and thousands of frames, and you can set your own keys. So today we are going to see the Apple tree and the second level, with a bit of the beginning of it. Alright, and we are currently running this at the high settings with FXAA. So the frame rate is already saying that I'm having 44, 42, but this is not quite real, because I'm recording with Blaze TV, and Blaze TV usually don't consume too much of the frames. But in this specific game, somehow, all my recorders, I've been testing several recorders since OBS, since Blaze TV, since Action, since a lot of them, and all of them have a great impact in frame rate in this game. So if you really want to know the frame rate that I'm getting, just click on the red square that it's there on the upper right corner saying frame rate, or go to the details of the video. You will find there the frame rate proof on mode, or the minimum, average or max. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the game. Shadwen is developed by the Frozen Byte. Frozen Byte are the developers of the Trine series, and so it's a well-respected developer. Despite Trine 3 was a fail, I wasn't really expecting them to release a game so fast. And so if you go to Steam, you're going to find that this game, it's actually a lot cheap, and I don't really know why. Maybe the game is not long, or it's going to be pretty bad on the future, because I played 3 levels of it already. Even on my laptop I've been benchmark. I played 3 levels of it, and I'm going to stop there. And I do find the game, it's nothing special, okay? It's nothing special, but it has a lot of features that I find in many other games. For example, this is a stealth game. You can perform assassinations. The assassinations are nothing special at all. Don't expect this to be an Assassin's Creed open world, because it isn't. It's a linear game, alright? And you have features like, for example, when you die or when you are discovered, you can rewind time, which is an actual, it's not new, it's already seen in many games, but it's a feature that it's not being expectable for being in all indie games like this. It's just surprising. And the other feature is that this one, they steal them from the Super Hot. And if you don't move, you might already notice on the video, if you don't move, the time stops, and I don't really like it. I think it makes total sense in the Super Hot, but in this game it's a little bit concerning, because I passed all the time with my finger on the RB key of the Xbox One for the time to continue, because even sometimes I'm running and pressing the key. Maybe I'm just not adapt to play this game this way, and maybe it's the first one, but it's something that it's not good. I prefer to be otherwise. I prefer for the time to be always moving, and if I pressed some key, the time stopped. For me it would make much more sense, and for my finger too, but this way it's very bad, because every time I'm here waiting for the guard to pass, I'm pressing the RB key, and it is completely insane. Even sometimes I'm so focused in pressing that key that sometimes I'm running with that key, and it's not necessary, because when you are moving the time moves, but if you stop the time stops unless you press that key. So as you can see, the game have nice features and it is very cheap. I think if you don't have the money to buy it right away, you can buy it maybe later on the Humble Bundle with a nice price. And if you see this game on the Humble Bundle, I'm pretty sure that it will deserve the price of it. Alright, guys, that's all I want to talk for now about this game. I'm gonna let you enjoy the rest of the gameplay. Hope you did enjoy it, and we'll talk about the frame rate later if you don't want to see that part. Thank you a lot already for watching until now, and hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
I think I heard something. Who is it? There was nothing after all. This devilry. Everything seems to be in order.
I think I heard something. Nothing here.
Is it the dark spirits? Nothing here.
I heard a noise!
Some peasant tried to steal bread from the king's kitchen.
It was nothing after all.
Stupid peasant. I said he tried. I showed him what happens to thieves. Hang on now.
Evil spirits.
Nothing at all.
Everything seems to be in order.
You little thief! What else have you taken out with it?
Please, sir. It was just an apple. I'm hungry.
With sticky fingers like yours, I wouldn't be surprised to find more stolen goods under those petticoats.
Hello boys and girls, welcome now to the performance section of the game, and as you can see the game runs pretty fine. It's just disappointing that we can't guarantee the 60 frames per second in this level, but let me inform you right away that the 3 levels that I benchmark, well, in this desktop I just benchmarked 2, but in the 3 levels that I tested, this was with no doubt the most demanding level that I tried. And so as you can see, it's quite disappointing. I can't guarantee the 60 frames per second on the eye settings all the time, but we have an average above 60, which is good. Median settings, it stays all along above 60 frames, but it's a little bit disappointing because from the eye settings to the median, we lose depth of field, we lose ambient occlusion, we lose volume lights, we lose a lot of texture quality, and so it compromises many things. And so I prefer to be on eye, but for 60 frames purists people, the median settings should be for you. And so this is the second level, the one that you saw me running to the water and things like that. I did exactly the same thing, more or less, on freeze settings. And in fact, this level is much more lightweight, at least in this part of the scenery. If you get further, you will end on the same level as the first and it will get demanding again, but it's obvious that this level it's pretty much more lightweight, and the eye settings guarantee is completely the 60 frames. Alright, now taking a look on the consistency, as you can see, this is the overall of the 2 levels that I benchmark. The very high settings, most of the time, more than half of the time, it will be running lower than 60. I don't find this a good idea, especially because the high and very high settings, I'm pretty sure there is a difference, of course, there, but I don't notice any single difference between the high and very high. Maybe if I took 2 screenshots or print screens, I would notice the difference, but playing on it, I really don't notice. And so I think the high settings might be the best logical decision, since it has 21% of drops lower than 60, which is not that much. And the median settings, there you go, you have 0 times that the frame rate goes lower than 60, but the compromises are just too much for me, in my opinion. Now, taking a look on the other things, we can see that VRAM usage stays at 1.4 gigabytes. The RAM usage goes beyond 4 gigabytes, and the CPU was pretty much okay with this game. I'm not sure if this game uses only one core, or the game is just so much undemanding, because this is quite surprising. And in fact, the game uses PhysX 3 for the physics, and don't worry, the PhysX only runs on the CPU for both brands. There is no special effects on PhysX in this game, alright? And GPU was pretty much maxed out, judging by the MSI Afterburner settings. If you have the 1 gigabyte version of this graphic card, you may want to set on medium settings. Not because of the frame rate, but because, as you can see, the game on high settings already consume 1.4 gigabytes of VRAM. And so, if you lower your game to the medium settings, the VRAM will drop to 600 megabytes, and your graphic card will be pretty much okay with this. So, that's all I want to talk about Shadwen. I hope you did enjoy the video and the benchmark. The game is pretty much okay. I did like the game, and the price is right. I'm pretty sure if this game gets well known, it's going to sell well for an indie game. Okay, so again, I hope you did enjoy my video. If you want to support me, you know the drill: like, share it, subscribe, and the most important to me is adblock, because of the price of the games. I don't buy all, but well, there are inevitable games that we need to buy here. That's no doubt. So that's all, guys and girls. Thank you a lot for watching. Hope to see you soon in another video or benchmark. Goodbye.